don't want to know what's happening to our water and our world. You don't want to know that some of the world's largest cities' water withdrawals are outstripping available supplies. You don't want to know that the Colorado River, the largest contributor to water on the West Coast, is flowing 20% less than normal. You don't want to know that our freshwater intake is projected to go from 54% of the world's freshwater supply to 70% by 2025. You don't want to know that Lake Powell and Lake Mead, the two largest water storage reservoirs in Arizona, are half empty. You don't want to know that the remaining groundwater in the United States is only expected to last one more generation. You don't want to know these things because it's a safe bet that just this week you've taken a long shower or laid out by a pool. Perhaps you even left the water running while brushing your teeth. Maybe you did too many loads of laundry.
I recently read the book The West Without Water, and what they found is chilling. There is a growing water crisis, and it all started with water engineers. The engineers developed dams, aqueducts, and piping systems to harness and distribute water to a growing population. However, these systems drew more people to the area, and this growing population required more water, and the engineers responded with more contraptions. And as you can imagine, this cycle continued. The more population that grew, the more contraptions they needed, and it's just self-perpetuating. The aqueducts and dams were great for farmers and residents. They reduced the anxiety of waiting for rainstorms and snow runoff. Water was available anytime. Agriculture became more reliable, and people were free to do whatever they wanted with their water. Life was just better. But little did they know that they created an ever-growing, water-thirsty empire. The first domino to fall was the Los Angeles Aqueduct. At the time, it was the world's biggest and longest aqueduct, diverting water from a river in Owens Valley to Los Angeles. It was approximately 230 miles long. However, the water wasn't used for drinking or agriculture. It was used for fun, basically. It was used to water lawns. It was used to irrigate orchards, fill swimming pools. The landscape was changed from a desert to this little perfect oasis. This is where our water habits began. Eventually, the water in Owens Valley dried up, and they looked to the Colorado River to feed Los Angeles's water habit. There was even a propaganda film that was made called Thirst, which aimed to convince voters to approve legislation that would build another aqueduct from the Colorado River to Los Angeles. Here's a short excerpt from the film.
Was at one time a desert waste, such as you see here. We have reclaimed this desert, and now we have in its place this growing empire. But the desert is ever around us, waiting and eager to take back what was once its own. And it will take it back unless we bring in more water.
I can't help but chuckle at this clip. You would think that running rivers dry would incite change in your water habits, but instead they thought it would be a good idea to do the exact same thing and run other rivers dry. It will not surprise you that the movie was successful in inciting fear and the aqueduct was built. Other states had a similar idea, and in 1922, the Colorado River Compact was made, and the Colorado River started funneling water to Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Nevada. And each of these states had the same water habits as California, and as you can imagine, the Colorado River started draining at an alarming pace.
Here is a before and after picture of the Colorado River flowing through the Grand Canyon. You can also see the line on the walls of the Grand Canyon of where the water used to flow.
So obviously the water crisis is pretty bad and we aren't doing much to fix it. In fact, last week President Donald Trump announced that America would be withdrawing from the Paris Climate Agreement. China is the world's largest emitter of greenhouse gases. We're right behind them at number 2. And we just told the world that we're going to keep contributing to the problem and other countries may follow our lead. The world is currently on track for catastrophic levels of global warming. This decision may prove to be catastrophic for water. Rivers and lakes rely heavily on snow runoff, and global warming is the driving factor to less snow production. Global warming has also been proven to increase the length and severity of droughts.
Here are several photos of Lake Mead and Lake Powell before and after. These reservoirs are made to just store water, and they are mostly made up of snow runoff, and as you can see, they are dwindling at a pretty staggering pace. Arizona would be drastically affected if Lake Powell and Lake Mead were to run out of water.
You, yes you, must end water scarcity denial on a personal level. Massive feats of engineering have created an illusion of abundance and an egocentric attitude of entitlement. So next time you're in the shower, think about how much water you're using. And next time you lay out by the pool, think about the gallons and gallons of water it took to fill that pool. And next time you're brushing your teeth, remind yourself that it isn't necessary to keep the water running. And next time you do your laundry, ask yourself if you can fit more clothes into the load, or wait a little bit longer to start the next load. Don't just remind yourself these things. Remind your family, your friends, your neighbors. Remind your representatives, senators, and your president. Change won't happen unless we all work together.